Let's take a moment to check out Spotify operation from your Android phone on your Pioneer NEX in-dash receiver. Even though your particular in-dash receiver may have buttons on the side or across the bottom like this one, the on-screen operation in this demonstration is identical for the following Pioneer NEX models: AVH-1300 NEX, AVH-1330 NEX, MVH-2300 NEX, AVH-2300 NEX, AVH-2330 NEX, AVH-3300 NEX. Operating Spotify from your Android phone to your Pioneer NEX in-dash receiver is really simple, but let's make sure we have a couple of things set up and ready to go on the in-dash receiver before we get started. The first thing is we have to make sure our phone is connected through Bluetooth. And I know that I have a phone connected here because I have the Bluetooth logo lit up in blue here. And if you need some information about how to connect your Android phone through Bluetooth, there's a full video explaining how to pair your Android device. Check that out. All right, so let's touch the gears here. And we want to go to the toolbox, and we want to check our AV source settings. Under AV source settings, let's come down to Spotify, and you can see that right now Spotify is switched on. That means Spotify will show up in the source list. So for right now, I'm going to switch Spotify off, and let's go check out that source list. I can hit my drop-down menu here, and you can see that Spotify is not in my drop-down menu for the source list, so I really can't go to the Spotify source there. If I hit the home button, and we open the AV window, you can see that Spotify is nowhere in our AV source list. So let's go back to the gears and the toolbox, AV source settings, and make sure that we switch Spotify on in that source list. So now we'll hit the X. Now I can check my drop-down list here. Let's see, there's Spotify in the drop-down list, ready to go. Or I can hit the home button here, and we will open up the AV window, and there is Spotify in my AV source list. And the system will switch to the Spotify source. Now this is actively connected to this phone in this demonstration, but in your particular vehicle, the system may ask you to choose a device to connect to. And if it's asked you to choose a device, just open the telephone window here, and I have one phone connected right now, but if you have more than one phone connected at the time, you could choose a different device for that connection. So for right now, we'll choose this phone. And we have a lot of information displayed on the screen here from Spotify. We're getting album art, and we have the song name, the artist name, and the album name. We have the play and pause function down here. We have skip back and forth between tracks. Here we can switch to radio mode. And if we want, we can add or delete this song from the My Song information. If you give the display a flick to the left here, you can get to your thumbs up and thumbs down, and give it a flick back to go back over. Let's open the search function here. And under the menu list, you can find your stuff that's been recently played, music from your library. You can browse, or you can choose radio stations. Remember that you have a sub-display by touching the hard key right here.